Satisfy your creative thirst. Have the confidence to learn. Spread knowledge. Be well prepared for the future. Succeed in your career. Leave impressive marks on each step on the journey up the ladder of knowledge. Nurture the knowledge, create the future. Established in 1981, Tien Long is the #1 stationery group in Vietnam. In 2008, Tien Long developed FlexOffice brand exclusively for the international market. In 2015, FlexOffice was honored with the prestigious Global Performance Excellence Award by the Asia Pacific Quality Organization. In 2016, FlexOffice became one of the 12 best trading partners and was among the top 30 stationery companies in the world with the highest sales growth, voted by Plimsoll. The impressive position of FlexOffice in the international arena comes firstly from the professionalism in research activities for product development. Every year, FlexOffice conducts research and launches dozens of new products to meet the increasing demands and diverse needs of customers. Models are meticulously and delicately designed, from technical drawings until becoming finished products. The Research and Development Department is always strong in terms of human resources, modern machinery, and testing equipment. FlexOffice applies modern technology in all production stages, from research, implementation, testing, to quality assurance. Production efficiency of FlexOffice is always at its best, thanks to operation of the most modern closed-loop production line. FlexOffice accelerates the automation in production from molding, filling, and printing to checking and finishing each product. Additionally, FlexOffice applies a strict quality testing system at all stages, from raw material inspection to quality control and technical construction before launching products to the market. The inventory process of FlexOffice is also constantly improved under strict and proper procedures. Safety is also an important criterion in quality control for FlexOffice. Art supplies under Colokit brand are created with a wide range of models and colors. Colokit is developed and manufactured in accordance with green standards for environment protection. Colokit products are non-toxic and adhere to the world's strictest safety standards under the European criteria EN 713 and EN 719, as well as the American ASTM D4236 standard. The entire system is operated in an integrated system under the international management criteria of ISO 9001, ISO 14001, SA 8000, OHS AS 18001, ISO IEC 17025, and ICTI. The SAP ERP Integrated Management System has been deployed and successfully applied in administration and management, improving controls and bringing sustainable development to the company. FlexOffice product lines are gaining more and more trust from international customers. These include a wide range of products, such as pens and office supplies under FlexOffice brand, and art supplies under Colokit brand. FlexOffice constantly trains and builds its staff, including professionals specialized in market research who are qualified to meet the diverse demands of international customers. FlexOffice products have grown robustly in the Asian market, including Thailand, Myanmar, Brunei, Japan, while continuing to penetrate Western countries such as the US and England. FlexOffice distribution centers are located in Germany, Russia, Czech Republic, Bulgaria, Romania, the Philippines, and Indochina. FlexOffice teams attend international fairs every year for trade promotion. Up to now, FlexOffice products have been exported to more than 50 countries throughout the 6 continents. Export volume continues to grow robustly year on year. For its partners, FlexOffice is committed to the agreements on model, quality, schedule, and productivity. FlexOffice is also committed to timely delivery. The transportation plan is closely designed along international terminals. Professionalism, responsibility, orientation towards successful cooperation are the three factors that deliver perfect services to partners. Constantly affirming its value on the international market, FlexOffice is thriving robustly and coming close to its goal to become the #1 stationery group in Southeast Asia and the Asian leader in manufacturing and trading stationery products. FlexOffice, professional and responsible.
So, good afternoon, everyone. I hope you all watched the video from Flex Office. So, as what you saw a while ago, there's been a lot of branches all over the world. So, I hope we continue to support their products since they are the one who made this special course or webinar possible. So, without further ado, I would like to share my screen for our topic or our special course for the whole 20-hour session. So, yes, there I can see Miss Danielle again. Good afternoon again, Miss Danielle.
Good
Okay,
afternoon.
okay, okay. So, uh, can everyone see the PPT that I'm sharing right now? Can you see it, Miss Danielle?
Yes po.
Okay, so let me know. Should I call you Miss Danielle or would you prefer me calling you Miss Danny?
You can call me L po. L.
L. Okay. So, Miss L. So, again, everybody, our special course is about the Chinese Mandarin language. But before we get into the details of our topic, let me just introduce myself for a very short while lang so that you will know sino ba tong teacher namin. Okay? So, again, I am Miss Christine Joy Ruby. I am a Chinese teacher currently residing in Davao City as well as I'm working here. And I've been acquainted or I've been studying this Chinese Mandarin language for almost half of my life ever since kinder 2. So I studied in a Chinese school here in Davao. Then I pursued getting a scholarship that has associated with learning the Chinese language. And I graduated BSE Secondary Education, major in teaching Chinese language at Chiang Kai-shek College in Manila. And of course, during that time, I have the opportunity to really study not just the language but also the culture to get interacted with pure Chinese people in China in Fujian Normal University because along with that scholarship I was asked or they sent me to have my major subjects taken there in China, which is of course in Fuzhou, China. So uh, all of you know, aside from knowing that this special course is free, I hope you can advertise this because you don't have to worry anything. Even though that we are learning the Chinese Mandarin language, you don't have to be afraid of anything because me, Miss Teen, you can call me Miss Teen, can interact with you using the English language and also Tagalog. So wala tayong problema dyan. If you have any questions, regarding my topic or my discussion, feel free. Okay? So there's no, huwag tayong magkahiyaan dito. Let's grab this opportunity to learn something new with this new year, 2022 year of the tiger. So, I guess you don't have any question for the meantime because that's just a short self-introduction of myself. Now let's get to the real discussion. Now, of course, introduction to Chinese Mandarin language. Miss Teen. So let's answer some questions first. Chinese versus Mandarin. Miss Teen, what's the difference? Di ba same lang ang Chinese and Mandarin? They're the same, right? There's no difference with that. No. In fact, there is a difference on that because Chinese is the whole language which is used in, of course, Chinese countries, Hong Kong, Macau, China, even in Singapore, like that, those places. Now, Mandarin, now, Chinese, of course, it has a lot of dialects, just like here in the Philippines. Our language is Filipino or Tagalog, okay? And then we have a lot of dialects. We have Cebuano, Bisaya, Ilocano, Bicolano. Now, Mandarin is just one of those many dialects in the Chinese language. So, I'm really not quite familiar with all of the dialects in Chinese, but I know that, of course, there's Mandarin, there's Cantonese, which are spoken in Hong Kong, and also there's Fukien. I think the Chinese people living in the Philippines, especially here in Davao, the Chinese people living here, they usually use this Fukien dialect. But today, or for this special course, I will be teaching you the Mandarin dialect. That's why, as you can see here, I emphasize that it is the introduction to Chinese Mandarin language. So please don't get confused between Chinese and Mandarin. Now, do all Chinese people speak Mandarin? Most Chinese people speak standard Mandarin, but not all. Okay? And it is mostly widely spoken dialect of Chinese. So among all of the dialects, Mandarin is probably the most common one because even in businesses, this is the common or the famous Chinese dialect that are being used in dealing with businesses and everything. So if we're going to compare it, no, uh, let's say Mandarin is like the English language. It's the universal language in China or among the Chinese people. Okay? Are we still okay, Miss L? Thumbs up? Okay, good. So we can proceed. Next. Now, before we start discussing some words, formulating sentences, sentence grammar, and everything, let's first discuss the three key elements in Chinese Mandarin language. Now, Miss Tin, what do you mean by three key elements? These are what we would be dealing with, or what are we going to encounter during this special course. So the three key elements, of course, the Chinese characters, which of course I know you always see. Maybe you can look at the Binondo there. That's the Chinatown, right, in Manila. Yes. So, what you see, most of them are Chinese characters. Okay. Next, of course, phonetics. So, we'll deal with that. Let's discuss further on that as we go through our PPT presentation. And of course, the third one is the tones or intonations. So, our Chinese is not just like Japanese. It's not like Korean that how you see it is how you read it. We have different tones and intonation which are very vital and important because the moment you mispronounce or you used the wrong intonation or tones, it will have another new meaning. So this is very vital and important in Chinese Mandarin language. Now, Chinese characters. Okay. Chinese characters, you might ask, where do these Chinese characters come from? So we have two types of origin for them. First is the pictograph. So from the word pictograph, these Chinese characters come from the image or picture symbol of an object or a thing. If you can see here, the first row, so this is the Chinese character for sun, and it came from the picture or the drawing of a sun. And another good example is the mountain. Look at the mountain, the Chinese character of mountain. It came from this drawing. So did you see the comparison, the similarities from the drawing and the Chinese character, Miss L? Yes, okay. So again, that's only one type of origin of the Chinese characters. Now, we also have ideograph. Now, ideograph, these are Chinese characters that are a combination of one or two or more Chinese characters that form a new idea from the word ideo, which means idea. So let's see, or let's look at the one of the examples here. So this word, this is ni, it means woman, and the upper portion of this word an is this one, which means roof. So if you come to analyze, no, you analyze, pag-iintindihin mo, okay, if a woman is under our roof, or maybe not just a woman, any person, if there is something under, or we are under a roof, may it be a house, an office, a building, as long as there's a roof, we do feel safe, right, Miss L? So, there. The combination of the woman and a roof, you put it together, they form a new character or a word which means which read as an, and it means safe. Another good example. Look at here. This one, the rightmost. Okay. Now, this word, okay, this is the new word formed by these two Chinese characters, which means attack. Now, the left part of this Chinese character, it means person or people, which is read as krun. And then the left side of this Chinese character means gear. So if a person, come to think of it, Miss L, if a person is holding a spear, ano ba most probably ang gagawin niya? Most probably, a-attack siya. He or she will attack. Does it make sense? Does it make sense, Miss L? Did you get the idea? Okay, good. So again, those are the two origins of the Chinese characters. Let's proceed. Any questions, Miss L? Are you still with me? Okay, that's good. So I hope the other students, if you ever have any questions, please do take note of them, because later after my discussion, we will allot maybe 10 to 15 minutes for the question and answer portion. So please isulat niyo lang yung mga katanungan niyo para later I can address them. Okay? Let's proceed. Now, Chinese characters. Before, we only have the traditional Chinese characters. Okay? So, right now, we are now using the simplified Chinese characters. So, what's the difference sa kanilang dalawa? Yung traditional, as you can see, no, tignan niyo yung column ng traditional Chinese characters. Very complicated, right? And then you compare it to the simplified characters to this column. It's the shortcut version of the traditional Chinese characters. Okay? So, the Chinese characters, it is evolving. Same goes with the other language, not just Chinese. It's evolving. So, from the Asian time, they developed the Chinese characters. So, from the traditional ones, they thought of a way. Inisip nila, okay, paano kaya natin, how do we make this very complicated Chinese character easy? So, thus the simplified Chinese characters. Now, not all Chinese characters have simplified characters or shortcuts only, okay? but most of them do have. So, ngayon, in Hong Kong, in Macau, and in Taiwan, even though that meron na tayong simplified Chinese character, they are still using the traditional ones because maybe they got used to it, they grow up using to it, or they grow up using it, studying or learning Chinese with the traditional characters. Now, the simplified Chinese character naman, it is widely used now in Singapore and in mainland China, even here in the Philippines. So, here, whenever I teach Chinese language to my students, I always use the simplified ones because majority of my students are Filipinos as well. So I don't want them to get discouraged just by looking at the very complicated Chinese characters, no? So that's why, okay, let's use the shortcut or the simplified ones para maganahan silang matuto ng Chinese. Okay? So there are two Chinese characters, the traditional and the simplified ones, or simplified ones as I usually call it, it's the shortcuts. Okay? So let's proceed. Now, Chinese characters, they are not drawings. Okay? What do you mean by that, Miss Tien? They are not drawings in a sense that it's not like you're given something and then you draw it whichever way you want to, as long as you come up with the same or with the exact image of that certain object. It is not a drawing. Okay, Chinese characters are writings. So when we say writings, we have different strokes. Okay, or in Chinese we call that one pi hua. Okay, these are what we call the strokes. So yan yung ginagamit natin, or these are the which comprises a certain Chinese character. But take note that not all strokes are used in a single character. Depende lang kung ano yung magagamit niya when we're going to write a specific Chinese character. Okay? So again Chinese characters are not drawings. They are writings. They have the proper strokes or step-by-step strokes, which is what we call the Pi Shun. As you can see here in the PPT, this is one Chinese word. Okay? So, if you're going to write it, you have to follow the proper step-by-step strokes because this is the proper and correct way of writing this Chinese character. Hindi lang tayo basta-basta magsusulat. Kumbaga, okay, nakita natin ito na Chinese character, kokopyahin ko whatever way or kahit anong unahin ko, pwede na. No. There's a specific strokes or procedure, step-by-step strokes, as what I call them, or Pishun, on how to properly and correctly write a specific Chinese character. It's just like spelling each English word. Let's say cat. How do you spell cat? We don't spell cat as CTA. We spell it as CAT. There's a correct order in spelling it. Same goes with our Chinese character. I hope you're still with me. I hope we're still on the same page. Are you still with me? Or please do let me know if Miss Teen is discussing too fast or too slow so that I can catch up or maybe slow down. Okay lang ba ang pacing ko, Miss L? Okay, good. I can see you doing the thumbs up. So I guess we're all good. Okay, now let's proceed. Now we're done with the Chinese characters. Now let's proceed. Let's first discuss this. Does Chinese have an alphabet? The answer is there is no such thing as the Chinese alphabet. Why? Because, but we do have Chinese phonetics alphabets, or what we call the pinyin. Later, we'll get more into details on this Chinese phonetics. Okay? So, why? Why we don't have the Chinese alphabets? Because later, the Chinese phonetics, no, they are also categorized. So they have specific characters or letters, phonetics, which we call the initials. Here, these are the initials. Or in the Chinese or in the English alphabet, if we're going to compare it, these are the consonants. Okay? And we also have the category of finals. If we compare it to the English alphabet, maybe it's safe to say that it's somehow similar. Okay? I use the word similar but not like. Similar to the vowels. Why? Bakit hindi natin ito pwedeng tawaging Chinese alphabets? Because, di ba, English alphabets, we always combine the consonant and the vowels to form a certain word. Am I correct, Miss L? Yes, we also do that one in Chinese, of course. Most of the Chinese phonetics or the pinyin that we are going to encounter, it has initials and finals. But there's this one slight difference kasi. As you can see here in the finals, okay, it's not everything is vowel. It's not just a, o, e, i, u. There's also a combination of a, I. I is a consonant. So see, there's a lot of finals, Chinese phonetics under the finals category that can stand alone. So it doesn't need or they don't need initials for them to make a certain word. So that's the very thin difference between the English alphabet and the Chinese phonetics. Are we clear on that, Miss L? Again, I would just like to repeat that one. We don't have Chinese alphabets, but we do have Chinese phonetics. Why? Because even though we also have the categorization of initials and finals under the Chinese phonetics, some of the pinyin or the phonetics under the finals, okay? Or if we compare it to the English alphabet, the vowels, they can stand alone already. They can already form a word without the help of the initials. Are we clear on that? Okay. So now let's proceed. Here. So Chinese phonetics. Would just like to actually I decided originally inisip ko na maybe we'll not dwell too much on the Chinese phonetics, the initials and the vowels. But then I came to realize since we're doing this special course, since you're learning Chinese Mandarin language for free, might as well grab the opportunity to learn the language or the Chinese Mandarin language holistically. Okay? So, just like in English, the moment we learn or we study the English language, we always start with the alphabet. So here, let's start first with the Chinese phonetics or what we call the pinyin. Again, these are the initials. Or if we compare it again to English alphabet, these are what we call the consonants. Now, as you can see here, it's just B, P, M, F, A, M, F, D, so on and so forth. But here, kumbaga, dinagdagan ko siya ng isang vowel for us to pronounce and enunciate the initials properly. Kasi it's very awkward if I'm just going to teach you B, B, B. It's really hard. You cannot distinguish the difference from B and P, M and F. Okay? So that's why I partner it with a vowel for us to really know ano ba talaga yung proper pronunciation ng mga initials natin. Okay? So as you can see here, ang B daw natin, it's same as in the word bay. Okay? B. B. So, yung sa English natin, that is B, right, Miss L? But in Chinese, our letter B is letter P without the hangin. Okay. So, Miss Tin, ano yung sinasabi mong without the hangin? It's very confusing. Okay. Again, B is letter P without hangin. It's P, pa. Okay? Then, here comes letter P. Miss Tin, meron na naman tayong PA. Meron tayong P. So, paano natin i-pronounce yung letter P? This time, yung letter P natin, it's letter P with hangin. It's pa. Nakuha mo ba na-distinguish mo ba yung difference nila, Miss L? I'll repeat it again, ha? BA, letter B is letter P without hangin. Pa. PA, letter P is letter P with hangin. Pa. Okay? Now, before, when I was young, when I was still studying Chinese, no, my Chinese teacher, sabi niya, there's one way for you to know if you're pronouncing it na may hangin o wala. Sabi niya, you get a sheet of paper, okay, a thin sheet of paper, and place it in front of your mouth. Okay? Very thin lang, Miss El, ha? And to those who are watching, to those who are with me right now, you can also do this one. Follow me. Thin sheet of paper. Okay? As you can see, oh, this is very thin. Sorry. I will just get a new one because may sulat pala yun. Nakakahiya naman. Okay, here. This is a very thin paper. As you can see, oh, medyo see-through siya. So, when I say without hangin, let's do the BA. Okay? BA, it's pa. The paper didn't
Pa.
move. Pa.
Pa.
Oops, may hangin yon.
Pa.
Yan. That's the correct way of pronouncing letter B. Pa. The paper didn't move. Now, how do we pronounce the PA? Sabi ko kanina may hangin. Now, look closely. Pa.
Pa.
Ah,
Pa.
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 Maybe your paper is just too thick. I don't know. But try to look at again, Miss Elha. Without hangin, letter B. Pa. The paper didn't move. Now let's pronounce the letter P and A. P is letter P with hangin. That is pa. Did you see
Pa.
the paper move forward? So that's one
Pa.
indication that meron siyang hangin or kung wala. Okay? So you
Yes.
can practice that. It's okay. It's okay. This is just an introduction. Later on, as we go on with our topics, discussion, we'll encounter a lot of words. So we'll practice more on that. Okay? This is just a, let's just, kumbaga, dadaanan lang natin ito. Okay? So let's continue. So, okay. Miss L, can you try reading MA? Just same with the English. How you see it is how you read it.
May.
No? No, 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 no. How you see it is how you read it.
May.
Bakit may? It's
Ay,
just
May.
no, 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 no. M-A. How do you read it ba?
Ma.
Yan. Good. So this is ma. How about the F-A?
Fa.
Good. So, I will recite the first row. I hope the other students are also, or the other audience are also following us. So, the first row again, ha? BA without hangin. Pa. PA with hangin. Pa. Ma. Fa. Okay? Now, here, Miss L. Second row. So our DA, Miss L, can you try reading this? Kung ikaw, titignan mo siya, sa tingin mo, paano ba siya babasahin?
Day.
Day?
Da.
D-A.
Da.
Good. Yan yung pagbasa mo normally if we're going to, kumbaga gagamitan natin ng mga Tagalog or English na way of reading something. Tama ba ako, Miss L?
Yes po.
Okay. Now, in Chinese, our letter D, okay, our letter D, it is pronounced as in the word try. Okay? Letter T siya, it's letter T without hangin. So, it's ta. Can you
Ta.
follow? Yan.
Da.
Now, ito naman, sa tingin mo, paano kaya ito ipopronounce, Miss L? With hangin na siya.
Time.
No,
Time.
why time? No. Just look at here.
Time.
This is ta.
Ta.
Yan.
Ta.
I don't know kung bakit merong I yung last mo, but remember, our pronunciation of A, it's just a. A. So, ta lang yan siya. Okay?
Ta.
Again, Miss L, how do you pronounce the A?
Ta.
No hangin.
Ta.
You can do it. Good. How about TA with hangin?
Ta.
Good. How about NA?
Na.
Good. How about LA?
La.
Walang hangin. Normal lang. How you see it is how you read it.
La.
Good.
La.
Good. So, walang hangin, may hangin, then normal way of reading it, how you see it is how you read it. I will repeat. Ta, ta, na, la. Okay? Follow me. Follow me, Miss L. This one naman, letter G is letter K na walang hangin. So, this is ka. This is not ga. This is ka. Kindly repeat.
Ka.
Walang hangin.
Ka.
Yan. Para siyang kakausapin. Kakain. Okay? Hindi tayo, di ba? Hindi tayo kakain. Kakausapin. Di ba? Hindi siya ganon?
Yes.
Okay. So, para pa rin siyang KA without hangin lang. Now, this time, sa tingin mo, how do we pronounce this KA? May hangin o wala?
Meron po.
Sige. Sa tingin mo, how do you pronounce this one with hangin?
Ka.
Very good. And of course, HA? Very easy?
Ha.
Okay. Ha. Now, we also have this one. So the next three rows, these are the ones that are very crucial, no? Or as I would refer it na medyo challenging siya sa mga initials. So how do we pronounce JI? If you were to read that one, pronounce that one, Miss L, sa tingin mo, how do you pronounce that one?
T.
Okay, that's actually correct. Okay? T. Kumbaga, yung J natin, it's the TS but with a minimal air lang. Of course, may lalabas talaga siyang air but very, very konti lang. So, tama yun kanina, Miss Ella, that is T. Now,
T.
QI, lagyan mo lang ng hangin ang JI. How do you pronounce that?
T.
Lakasan mo. When I say may hangin, Miss Elha, as in, i-exage ko talaga siya. It's like, huhugot ka ng hangin dito sa loob ng tiyan mo, then ilabas mo. Chi. Oh, 'di ba? Nag-forward siya? So, wag tayong pabebe, okay? So, when I say may hangin, from your stomach, you get some air and then pronounce the word. Okay? So, again, this is T, T. Then XI is C. It's just like letter C. Yung letter C natin.
C.
Okay? Kindly read this row, Miss L.
T. T. C.
This one, lagyan mo pa ng hangin, Miss L. Chi.
T. C.
Yan. Okay?
C.
Okay. So when I say may hangin, siguro most of the time, lalabas na yung laway mo, but hopefully not. Okay? So, chi, look, and then look at the orientation of my mouth. The J is chi, chi. Okay,
T.
The two teeth, or our teeth, the upper and the lower teeth, okay, magkadikit siya, and then your mouth is just like you're smiling. Okay? Chi. Chi.
T.
Yan. Now, that is JI. Ang QI natin, lagyan natin ng hangin, chi.
Chi. Chi.
Chi.
Chi.
Hindi siya kasi yung last natin is letter I eh. So, letter I is E, right? So, dapat ang last na marinig ko is E. So, chi, chi, si.
Chi. Chi. Si.
Ah,
Si.
iha, I ang dapat last, Miss L. E. Chi,
Chi.
chi,
Chi.
si.
Si. Si.
Okay, that's it. Okay, now let's proceed to the next row. Okay, don't get discouraged, ha? Those who are with me right now, please don't get discouraged right now. Kaya ako lang ito dinidiscuss for you to have na the idea. Kasi this is the basic and the most important one, yung foundation natin on how to pronounce the Chinese character. So medyo maybe masabi niya, oh my God, dragging masyado ang lesson today. But the first step or the first lesson is always, maybe you can call it dragging, boring, or maybe difficult, but we have to take this one because this is very important. Okay? Next, here. Okay. The next row. If you can see here, we have ZH, CH, SH, RI. Okay. So, ang ZH natin, this ZH, CH, SH, and R, if we're going to partner it with letter I, the pronunciation of I here will become That's not E anymore. Okay? Ito ang very special na pronunciation ng I natin. Kung, if and only if, it is preceded by ZH, CH, SH, and R. Again ha, the pronunciation of I there will become not E. So, let's try to look at CHI. Sa tingin mo, Miss L, how do you pronounce CHI? Just
Zer.
by, again?
Zer.
No, CH. How do you pronounce CH pala, Miss L?
Ch.
Good. Now, as what I've said a while ago, ang I natin is ang pag-pronounce niya. So, ch plus how do you pronounce that?
Cher.
Good. Just like teacher. Yan. Ganon. Okay? How about the SHI, Miss L? Following the same rule. Following the same rule. How do you pronounce SH?
Sh.
Good.
Sure.
Then, good.
Sure.
Very good. Sure. So,
Sure.
sure. Now, ang RI natin, students, okay? To those who are with me right now, ang RI natin, silent ang I natin. We will no longer pronounce that one. But instead, if we ever encounter pinyin or phonetics with RI, if we ever encounter that one, always remember, we will only pronounce the sound of R. We will no longer pronounce the I. So, RI, it's not re or it's not rare. Okay? It's r. We only pronounce the sound of R. So again, Miss L, how do you pronounce RI? Good. I want you to recite that one again, Miss L. Excluding this one because this is there's a very special way of pronouncing ZH. I want you to pronounce again CHI, SHI, and RI. Start with CHI, Miss L. That is
Sure.
good. SHI.
Sure.
How about RI? Good. Again, just a quick review. How do we pronounce I if it is preceded by ZH, CH, and SH?
Air.
Not E.
Er.
Very good, Miss L. That's good. Now, here comes this part. ZHI. Paano ba i-pronounce natin ang CHI? If I have to be honest with you, up until now, medyo, kumbaga, it's still a struggle. This is the struggle part, even sa mga students ko, on the proper way of pronouncing this one. Kasi paano nga ba natin ipopronounce ang ZH or ZHI? Okay. Now, ZH natin, it's similar but not alike. It's similar to the pronunciation of letter J in the English alphabet. J. Okay? So, yung position ng tongue natin, dapat nakadikit siya sa ngalangala natin here, the upper ngalangala of our mouth. Our tongue, dapat nakadikit doon sa gums natin on top. And then, you pronounce it. Can you do that one, Miss L? Yan! Very good. That's it. That's really correct. Okay? Tama yun siya. So, again, even though I said that is similar to J, iba kasi kapag J. Diba? I can still hear the letter J sound. But here, if it's ZHI, dapat less lang ang letter J na sound. Just always remember that your tongue, the placement of your tongue, if we're going to pronounce the ZH, it should always be placed on top dito, the upper part ng gums natin. So again, that is J. Can you repeat that one, Miss L?
J.
Yan. J.
J.
Yan. So, follow me ha. Miss L, let's pronounce this row. Ch.
J.
Ch.
Ch.
You can open na. Relax your mouth na from CH. Relax na natin ito, okay? So again, ch.
J.
Ch.
Ch.
Sh.
Sh.
R.
R.
Okay. Okay pa tayo, Miss L? I hope
Yes.
some of you are following us so that you can practice also on the proper pronunciation of the initials natin or the consonants if compared to the English alphabet. And then here, Z-I-C-I-S-I. Sige. Sa tingin mo, Miss L, how do you pronounce kaya ang Z-I natin?
There.
No. Oy, hindi ha, ang I natin, maging lang siya if ito na part.
I
The
may-
rest is the same. Okay?
Okay.
I know. Actually, ang I natin, if it's partner with Z, C, and S, medyo may siya na sound. So ito siya, it's not Z, it's not T, it's not C. Okay? This is Z.
Z. Z.
I don't want to hear the Z sound. Okay? It's Z.
Z.
O, para pa rin siyang TS, but look at the orientation of my mouth. Still, the upper and the lower teeth magkadikit, pero instead of smiling, medyo straighten na yung bibig natin. So, Z.
Z.
Yan. Walang hangin. CI, lagyan lang natin ng hangin, Miss L. Z.
Z.
Then SI, how do you pronounce that one?
Z.
Good. Z, C, S. Kindly repeat that, Miss L.
Z. S. S.
Okay. So ito gani Miss L, yung CI, you can parang relax your mouth. Pwede ka na mag-open slightly, okay? Z, C, S.
Z. S. S.
Okay, again. Z,
Z.
C,
Z.
S.
S.
Okay. And then the last two initials, down to 2 na tayo. Okay. So, ang Y and W natin. If ang Y natin is preceded by I, if ang after ng Y natin is I, we will know or silent ang I natin. We will no longer pronounce the I. So this is not yi. Okay? Hindi yan yi. We will only pronounce the sound of y. What is the sound of y pala, Miss L?
E.
Ay,
Yeah.
no, sorry. Baliktad pala si Miss Tin. If partner ang Y and I, we will not pronounce or silent ang Y. The Y should be the one that is silent, okay? Ang i-pronounce lang natin is the sound of I. What is the sound of I, Miss L?
E.
Good. Same goes with W and U. If they come together as a pinyin or as a Chinese phonetics, silent W only pronounce the sound of U.
U.
Good. So, E,
E.
U. That
E.
is not Yi, Wu. Okay? No.
E.
Silent Y, silent W. Are we clear on this, Miss L?
Yes. Yes po, ma'am.
How about the others? If you do have any questions, please isulat nyo lang, take note of them, and then later we will allot a time we will allot maybe 10 to 15 minutes of our question and answer portion. Okay, initials pa lang yan siya, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. Now, let's proceed sa finals natin. This one naman, this is just very or easier. They are pronounced easier than those we have in sa initials natin. Okay. Of course, as we all know, ano ba ang sound ng A natin, Miss L?
A.
Good. So, how about AI? Sa tingin mo, how do you pronounce this?
I.
Good. AO?
Ow.
Good. AN?
An.
ANG?
Ang.
Good. Now, how about ang O? What's the sound of O?
O.
O. How about if OU?
O.
Good. So, yun natin dito, similar lang sila ng W. That's why nga, di ba kanina, WU, silent ang W kasi medyo similar lang sila ng pronunciation. So, that is good. O, O. Here, ang I natin, we always pronounce this one na kanina, which is E. Sa tingin mo, Miss L, how do you pronounce IE?
E.
IE.
E.
Okay, sige. No, don't worry. How about the IU? Okay.
U.
So, meron
E.
tayong special pronunciation for IU. If we ever encounter this one, remember that IU is pronounced as yo.
Yo.
Again, what's the pronunciation of IU, Miss L?
Yo.
Okay, good. How about the U? What's the pronunciation of U?
U.
Good. If this one, Miss L, if it is preceded by I, if ang kasunod niya is letter I, ang pag-pronounce nito is way.
Way.
Yeah, para siyang one way or another. Ganon. Okay? Way. If IU, that is yo. If UI, that is sway. How about ang UO, Miss L? Sa tingin mo, paano kaya natin i-pronounce ang UO?
U.
Wag mo siyang isilabikit. Smoothly pronounce it. Wag mong i-uwo. Idugtong mo siya. Smoothly pronounce it.
Wo.
Good. Okay? OU is O. Baliktarin mo lang. UO is wo.
Wo.
Okay? Sige. Yung mga hindi natin na-discuss, we'll discuss that one here. Okay. Ang A natin, Miss L, kanina, kagaya ng sinabi natin kanina, it has the pronunciation of A in apple. Am I correct, Miss L?
Yes.
Now, there's another pronunciation of A. Sometimes, it is pronounced as E in bed if it is placed in the middle or in between I or U, and N. Okay? So example, we have example here. Nian. That is opinion. That is already a word. Okay? That is already a word, Miss L. So it's not pronounced as nyan. We will not follow the a apple sound. Okay? That is not nyan. Instead, what is the correct pronunciation of that, Miss L? That is
Nian.
okay. So yan yung meaning ko. In between I or you and N. In between siya ng I and N. That's why we pronounce it as e in bed. Another example is Y-U-A-N. So the A is in between U and N. So that is not U1. Okay? So I know, no? you you hear that one, especially sa currencies, right? Okay, magpa-change tayo ng Chinese yuan. May iba ganun ang pagkasabi, 'di ba? So right now, Miss M, is that the correct pronunciation of yuan?
No, ma'am.
Ano ba dapat? What is the correct pronunciation pala dapat?
UN.
Okay. That is wag mong i-pronounce masyado yung yung Y. Hindi yan siya yuen, okay? It's yuan.
UN.
No,
Yuan.
no.
Yuan.
Yan, yuan.
Yuan. Yuan.
No,
Yuan.
smooth siya. Yuan,
Yuan.
yuan.
Yuan. Yuan.
Yung YU natin, okay? Yung YU natin, Miss L, para siyang pronunciation nitong letter U na may dalawang tuldok sa taas or as what I called it or as what I call it a smiley face. Kasi 'di ba para siyang smiley face?
Oh.
So, ano yung pronunciation pala niyan? It's like you're pronouncing E, but with through a pursed lips. Ano yung pursed lips, Miss Tin? Ano yung pursed lips natin dyan? When I say pursed lips, para mo siyang iganon yung bibig mo. Okay? But, doing that, you have to pronounce the E, double E sound. Yi.
Yi.
Yan. One more time.
Yi.
Remember? Oh, pursed lips. Dapat nakaganon. Yi.
You.
No,
You.
I don't want to hear the U. You're pronouncing the U. Dapat E ang pag-pronounce mo. Yi.
Yi.
Yan. Better. Okay?
Yi.
So, same lang yan sila ng pronunciation ng YU. It's the same pronunciation as this smiley face. That is Yi. So, if we're going to add it with E and N, it becomes Yuan.
Yan.
Yan. Better. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Yuan. Again, one more time. The rest, to those who are not interacting with me, please do remember again, this smiley face under finals, the pronunciation of that is you have to pronounce or the sound of double E, which is E through a pursed lips. Pursed lips is like that. Parang fish lips. Fish lips. Yi. That's the correct pronunciation of this smiley face. Yi. Same goes with the word or the pinyin yu. Yi. So again, yuen, that is not yuen. Instead, that is, Miss L, what's that?
Yan.
Very good. That's good, Miss L. Very good. Okay, next. Ayan, oh. Now, ang E naman natin, we also have two pronunciations of E. One is of course the normal one. The E in bed, eh. Eh pa rin siya. But if it is preceded or proceeded by I, Y, U. Okay? If katabi niya ang I, Y, and U, ang pag-pronounce natin sa letter E is E. Example, B-I-E. Sa tingin mo, Miss L, remember, ano nga ulit ang proper pronunciation ng letter B natin? Is that ba? Same ba siya sa English?
Hindi po.
Ano ba dapat? What's the correct pronunciation of B ba?
Pa.
Po,
Pa.
po.
Pa.
Kunin mo na yung A. Kunin mo na yung A kasi iba na yung kapartner niya na initials Ay na finals 'di ba? So, again, letter B, it's letter P na walang hangin. P. P.
Pa.
Oh, walang hangin. P.
Pa.
Wala ng A kasi IE na ang gagamitin natin here,
Pa.
IE. Okay? So, sa tingin mo, ito na lang muna, Miss L. How do you pronounce IE ulit?
You.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or remember, ang E natin should be pronounced as same as the E in bed if preceded or dapat preceded by I. If before niya is I. So, IE, it's yeah.
Yeah.
Now, dugtungan natin ng initials na letter B, walang hangin, PIE.
Pie.
Yan. Again, without hangin, PIE.
Pie.
Better. And of course, YE, the same as IE. How do you pronounce this one?
Yeah.
Good. How about ang UE? Sa tingin mo, how do you pronounce UE? Ano ba ang pronunciation ng U nga ulit natin, Miss L? Ang E natin, since it is preceded by U, ano dapat ang pronunciation ng E natin?
E.
In bed. Ano man ang sound ng E natin sa bed? Diba? So, U plus E. U plus plus Uwe.
We.
Okay. Now, since ang initial na ginamit natin is letter Q, okay, look at this one. Whenever you see the vowel U after Y, X, and Q, or J, it is actually the smiley face vowel in disguise. So, kapag XU, YU, JU, QU, hindi yan siya tsu. Okay? Hindi yan siya su. It's with the pronunciation, the same as pronunciation of the smiley, which is yi.
You.
Okay? So, let's go back mamaya na natin balikan natin yung mamaya. Dito na lang muna tayo. So, with that rule, tignan natin, paano ba dapat i-pronounce ang YU? We already discussed this one kanina, Miss L. Paano nga ulit yung pronunciation ng YU? Is that you? UN? Tama ba? Or wrong?
Mali po.
Okay, ano nga ulit dapat ang tamang pronunciation nun?
One.
Yi. Yi. Yi.
R.
No, r, not r. Yi. Remember, letter E, the long E through a pursed lips. Yi.
You.
Yi.
You. You.
Nakuha
Yi.
mo na kanina, Miss L. Yi.
You.
Say
Yi.
E. Say E. 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 E.
E.
Yan. E. Now, through a pursed lips, iganon mo yung bibig mo, parang fish lips. Yi.
Gre. You.
Yan. Correct. One more time, Miss Al.
You.
Yan. Now, how about ang XU? Remember, ang X natin para siyang letter S or C, right? So, ang X natin, XU, that is not su. That is she. Kindly follow, Miss L. She.
She.
Yan. Meron pa rin yung X plus the Y, she.
Shi.
She. Dapat ang marinig ko, Miss L, is E na sound sa last. She.
Shi.
Yan.
Shi.
Nice. How about ang QU? Okay. QU, since the pronunciation of our letter Q is TS with hangin, let's add the Y. She.
Chi.
Remember, dapat marinig ko last is letter E, the long E sound. She.
Chi.
Yan. Again, one more time.
Chi.
Remember, letter Q may hangin. So, hugot tayo from our chan. She.
Chi.
Yan. And then last, JU. Ang J natin is TS without hangin. Tsi. Very minimal lang if ever may hangin man. Tsi plus Y. She. She.
Chi.
Sorry, dapat walang hangin. She.
Chi.
Okay. So, QU, she. May hangin.
Chi. Chi.
Chi.
Chi.
Remember,
Chi.
always use this one.
Chi.
Chi. Chi.
Chi.
Yan. Good. And JU natin without hangin. Chi.
Chi.
Yan. So, let's go back here. As you can see, oh, QU. So, ang gawin natin is ch, ch, plus e. Chue.
Chue. Chue.
Yan. So, one more
Chue.
time, Miss L, how do you pronounce QUE?
Chue. Chue.
Nice. So, parang siyang che. Che. Ano ka ba? Ganon. Okay? Next, another pronunciation of letter E is the U in ugly or para siyang may na sound. Okay? So, when are we going to use this pronunciation, if ever katabi siya ng other phone or other initials aside from I, Y, and U? Understood? Again ha, the other pronunciation of U, the other pronunciation of E is U in ugly or the uh. So, kailan natin gagamitin ito, Miss L? Kapag katabi niya or partner siya with the initials aside from I, Y, and U. So, example natin. What's the first example, Miss L? Can you read that one? Oh, here na lang. Let's look at the column, this column, the letter E column. So, EI. Okay. EI, Miss L, yes. It is preceded. Ang katabi niya is letter I. So, dapat ang pag-pronounce mo is E. So, EI, Miss L, and E plus E, that is?
A.
Good. How about E and R? Remember? R, it's not here. It's not one of ear. So, dapat, ang pronunciation ng letter E mo is the U in ugly or plus R. Yan. How about EN?
N.
Uy? Remember, ano dapat ang pronunciation ng letter E natin? Ang kasunod niya is letter N. It's not here man. Hindi man siya I, hindi siya Y, hindi siya U. So it means we're not going to use the sound E. But instead, we're going to use the sound So EN, that is plus N. What do you get?
Un.
Un. Yan. Un. And then lastly, Miss L, E-N-G. It's the same thing. Lagyan lang natin siya ng G sa last. So sa tingin mo, paano kaya siya i-pronounce?
Ug.
Again, let me hear that one more time.
Ug.
No, not ug. Para lang siyang plus ng. Di ba? NG is ng. Right? Kagaya ng ANG, that is ang. So, since we're using the letter E, that is ng.
Ung.
Okay? So, follow me ha, Miss L. Or both meron. Then,
E.
EI is A.
E.
Er. Un.
Un.
Ng.
Ung.
Okay. That's good. Okay? Again, please, other students or other audience we have right now, please don't get discouraged. Ngayon lang talaga to because you are new to this language or maybe some of you refresher na lang. So you might think this is dragging, pero to those who are really new to the language, you might think this is dragging but it's really important. Ngayon lang to siya na medyo ang hirap. But as we go on with our topic, we'll discuss the words, the sentences, the terms, vocabularies. We'll get used to it. Okay? So let's just take it slow. We have 20 hours. We can do so much in 20 hours. Okay, Miss L?
Yes.
So, okay. So, again, those are our Chinese phonetics. We have, again, the initials and the finals. Or if we're going to compare it to the English alphabet, initials are what we call the consonants, and finals are what we call the vowels. Okay? Now, tones. What are the different tones? There are 4 different tones. Actually, there's 5. Okay? Pero, ang 5 kasi is the 5th tone is neutral. Kumbaga, if walang tone, just the neutral one, how you read it properly. Now, the first tone, look at the direction. That is one straight line. So if we're going to pronounce it, it's like you're singing and it is in a monotonous tone. Hindi ka tataas, hindi ka bababa. Okay? So, let's use the sound of letter A. Again, the sound of letter A, Miss L, is?
A.
Okay, Now, let's pronounce that one using the first tone. Again, it's a straight line. It's monotonous, hindi ka tataas, hindi ka bababa, and it's like you're singing, para kang kumakanta. So, how do you pronounce this one? That is, prolong. Can you do that one, Miss L?
A.
Good. So, hindi tayo, no, hindi tayo tumaas, hindi din tayo, hindi tayo bumaba. One monotonous tone, you just have to prolong the sound. One more time, Miss L.
A.
Prolong it.
Ay. A.
No, para kang, you're like singing.
A.
Yan. One more time.
A.
Good. Now, the second tone. The second tone is from down to up. Hindi yan siya up to down. Okay? So, it's from here, tataas tayo. If we're going to pronounce it, it's like we're asking, ano? Sino? What? So, if we're going to use that tone using the sound it's like very quick. Your turn, Miss L.
A.
Good. One more time.
A.
Good. Again, the first tone, Miss L, para kang kumakanta. Prolong it.
A.
Second tone.
A.
Good. Now, look at the third tone, Miss L. Look at the direction. Para siyang letter V. So, it means From here, medyo bababa tayo ng konti, then curve, and then we lift it up. So if we're going to pronounce that one with the third intonation, para lang tayong sumusunod sa direction ng tone niya. So using the sound a, using third tone, that is a. Can you repeat, Miss L?
A.
Good. A.
A.
Good. Again, first tone, Miss L.
A.
Para kang kumakanta, prolong it.
A. Ay.
A.
A.
Second
A.
tone, para nagtatanong.
A.
Good. And then third.
A.
Good. Now, the fourth tone, Miss L, from up to down. So, para kang galit. Paano ka ba magalit, Miss L? Ha? Paano ka magalit? Diba para kang sumisigaw, nagdadabog? So, sige, let's try doing that one. With the sound letter A, using the fourth tone, parang galit, that is A. One
A.
more time. Yan. So again, follow. Everyone, I hope you're following. Follow with me, okay? Even you, Miss L. First tone, A. Second tone, it's like you're asking, A.
A.
Oops. No. Wag mo siyang kasi the way you pronounce it, yung the one, para ka nang nag-third intonation. Para lang quick, very quick. One straight tone or one, isang direction lang siya ng tone, Miss L. A.
A.
Good. Third tone, letter V. A.
A.
And then fourth tone, para kang galit. A.
A.
Good. Now, as what I've said a while ago, no, our intonations or tones are very crucial. Why? We have an example here, later na lang. Here, we have a lot of word that has, or the pronunciation of ma. But, it really has different English meaning depending on its pronunciation or the tones that is used when pronouncing the word. Okay? For example, M-A with the first intonation. How do you read M-A pala, Miss L? Without the intonation muna. Sige daw. M-A, how do you read that one?
Ma.
Good. Now, let's use the first intonation. Para kang kumakanta. It's like you're singing. Ma.
Ma.
That is mother. Now, let's use the second tone. Para kang nagtatanong. Ma.
Ma.
Which means fiber. Next, using the third tone, just follow the direction of the intonation. Ma.
Ma.
Which means horse. And then the last one, using the fourth intonation, parang galit. How do you pronounce this one? How do you read this one?
Ma.
Parang galit. Ma.
Ma.
Yan. Which means curse or scold, pinagalitan. And then ito yung sinasabi ko na meron din tayong fifth tone, which is the neutral tone. You won't see anything on top. And again, lahat ng tones natin or intonations are placed on top of the finals or sa vowels. Never natin yan siya makita on top of the initials or consonants. Am I clear? Okay. Now, fifth tone. This is what we call the neutral tone. When you try to pronounce it, it's very abrupt and ano lang siya, normal way of pronouncing it or reading it. That is ma. Ma.
Ma.
Yes. Neutral lang. Okay? Very abrupt them. Quickly lang. So one more time, everybody, please read with me. Ma.
Ma.
Mother. Then ma.
Ma.
Ma. Ma.
Ma.
Parang nagtatanong, Miss L. Ma.
Ma.
Good, which means fiber. And then the third one, ma.
Ma.
Horse. Last one, parang galit. Ma,
Ma.
which means curse or scold or pinagalitan. And then lastly, the neutral tone, that is ma.
Ma.
Yan. Slightly lang and very abrupt. Any questions, Miss L? None so far. Okay, so since, may I ask, Miss Tony, how many minutes do we have left sa ating for our discussion? Is it safe? Is it safe for us to have the question and answer portion already, Miss Sir Tammy? I'm waiting for the response. Yes. So we have 15 minutes left. Okay. So, I'll just ano na lang this one. Gamitin natin yung time natin. Okay. Practice tayo. Okay? Sige. We're already done with the A. The A sound. Let's go with the E. But this time, we'll use the E. E pronunciation. Sige. Using the first tone, Miss L. Para kang like you're singing. How do you pronounce this?
Ay.
Uh,
Yan.
Always remember first intonation. If may makita kang line, prolong it. Then, using the second tone, parang nagtatanong. Good. Using the third tone, follow the direction, parang letter V. And then, using the fourth tone, parang galit. Good. How about the O? First intonation, para kang like singing. Always remember, paano ka ba kumakanta? O. Second intonation. Third intonation. Okay. Medyo parang the same na yung second and third intonation mo. Remember ha, quick ang ating second intonation. O. Then ang third natin, medyo prolong lang siya. O. So again ha, second, O. Third, O. Your turn, Miss L. Second. Third. Then fourth. Parang galit. Nawala na yung sound ng O mo. O. Okay. Good. Now here, let's use AI. How do you pronounce AI again? How do you pronounce AI? Nakuha mo to kanina. You got this one right a while ago. Good. I. Let's use that one. Use the first tone. Like singing. I. Again. Yan. Second tone. You're like asking. Good. Third tone, follow the direction of the intonation. Then fourth one. Parang galit. Yan. Okay. Now here, let's look at this one, the smiley one. Remember, what's the proper pronunciation of the smiley? It's the long E through a pursed lips. Yi. No. Yi. Yan. Okay. Yi, using the first tone, Miss L. Good. Second tone. Good. Third tone. Good. And then fourth tone. Parang galit. Very good. Okay. So, we'll stop here with our discussion. Okay? And then, tomorrow, I hope, Miss L, available ka pa rin tomorrow para hindi ma-stop yung mga sessions mo. Kasi once you miss, our session is 1 hour and 30 minutes. So, it's quite long. Madami kang ma-miss if ever na you will skip our classes. Well, anyways, our courses or webinar are only every Saturdays and Sundays, 3 p.m. to 4:30 p.m. So I hope no once you started today, you can have a perfect attendance para at least you won't be missing anything in between. Kasi 1 hour and 30 minutes, ang dami na nating pwede ma-discuss niyan para hindi kayo ma-behind. Okay, I
Yes po.
hope it's okay with everyone, no? So, Miss L, how about you? Do you have any questions?
Nan na po, ma'am.
None so far. Okay. So, tomorrow, let's discuss na. Okay? Maybe I have a quick, I'll have short na lang. Tawag nito, continue natin. A little bit na lang naman yung introduction natin. And then, I will start discussing na the basic greetings and the basic common nouns natin na ma-encounter natin during our discussion or classes. So, start na tayo sa mga words natin. So, I hope it gets parang it gets more challenging but yet fun at the same time. So, I hope you continue to join our sessions. Okay? Okay, how about the others? How about the others? Sir Tommy, how many minutes do we have left? How many minutes do we have left? Okay. Maybe Sir Tommy is not around. Ilang minutes na lang kaya tayo? I don't know. Pero please, I think Sir Tommy, gumawa siya ng isang GC sa Messenger. Miss L, you're in there na, right? Andun ka na sa GC na yon. So, I hope yung mga students or ano ba, I think he will add you one by one so that we can discuss whatever our topic for this afternoon doon sa GC na yon. If you have any questions or anything, feel free to call my attention or Sir Tommy so that we can address your concerns and of course, to clarify kung ano yung mga confusions niyo with our topic. Okay, again, any questions? None ba? None so far? No more? Sir Tommy, can you hear us? Yes. Okay. So, any questions you have there, Sir Tommy, from our other audience? Oh, so no questions. Siguro no because we're still in our introduction topic, but hopefully again we invite or encourage everyone to raise their questions para at least we can address them right away. Kasi it's very hard na always tayo we continue our discussion na you still have something here pa pala sa previous session na you're not yet familiar with, you're still confused, mas maganda yung we solve it right now before we continue para at least tuloy-tuloy yung progress natin. Hindi tayo pabalik from here, there, jump from another. Okay? So, we encourage everyone. Okay? So, okay. We have 6 minutes left. 6 minutes left. I hope please use our time. Maybe the slightest question. Miss Tin, pakiulit naman yung ganun-ganun. Ano nga ulit yung pronunciation ng ganun? Sige. None so far? Are you sure? Oh, we still have 5 minutes more. Look, again, what's that? I wasn't able to see that one, Sir Tommy. Look and what's that? I forgot. Okay. Okay. Where are you living now, Miss Teen? Okay. I thought no, they're asking about our topic, but instead, they asked me kung saan ako nakatira ngayon. Okay, I am now living and residing at Davao City. I hope you're familiar with that. The southern part of the Philippines, Mindanao part. Okay. So dito ako lumaki, and then I'm currently working as a Chinese teacher sa alma mater ko na school, which is the Philippine Academy of Sakya Davao. Thank you for that question. Wow, Miss Grace Bernardo, sabi niya, favorite pen since now. Wow, that's very good. Let's continue supporting. How about you, Miss L? Are you using FlexOffice products?
Yes, ma'am. Ayun po
Are
yung ballpen ko.
sure? Let me see the pen that you are using right now. Is it FlexOffice?
Yes, ma'am. Wait lang.
And of course, I would also like to take this opportunity to again thank you Flex Office for making this special
Asan yung
course
textbooks ko?
possible.
Pero
Okay,
mo,
as you can see, no, I have their merchandises. They sent me straight from Manila. Their headquarters in Manila. They sent me this shirt. I really like it. It perfectly fits. And then, ang dami nilang sinend sa akin ng mga products. And as a teacher, really helpful siya sa akin. So, a big thanks to Flex Office again for the merchandises you sent me. Thank you very much. And are there other questions? Thank you for the free lesson, sabi ni Miss Gina. So, I hope Miss Gina and everyone here right now, you can also still join us tomorrow sa discussion natin. Okay? Thank you for the free lesson. Okay. You're welcome. Thank you again, Flex Office. Yes. Without them, this won't be possible. Okay. Sige, other questions or private chat? Thank you po, ma'am. You're welcome. You're welcome, Miss L. Okay, so again, see you tomorrow, January 9 at 3 p.m. to 4:30 p.m. Same time tayo, every weekend, every Saturdays and Sundays, up until we consume the 20-hour na free sessions natin in learning and studying the Chinese Mandarin language. Okay? I guess we don't have any more questions and we got 2 minutes left. Wala na bang pahabol dyan ng mga questions? No more questions? Okay, Sir Tommy, I'm just waiting for your signal on what's the okay. So I guess we can end here now. Again, thank you very much. Thank you very much to those who are present today sa ating initial and pilot, para lang series, no? Pilot episode. Pilot session natin sa ating free course. Again, this is powered by Flex Office. If you want to register for our upcoming sessions, feel free to visit their FB page, Flex Office Philippines FB page, and just comment there, I want to register para masali kayo sa audience or student natin tomorrow and upcoming na mga sessions. So, I guess if there's no more question, we can stop here and thank you again. I'm very happy to impart or to share this knowledge with you all. And I hope this will help you in some way. So again, I'll see you tomorrow, Miss L. Thank you very much again for being such a good sport, for opening your camera, for reciting with me. That will always help you improve. Okay, that's the reason why I keep on letting you recite para ma-practice yung oral niyo. So again, I'll see you all tomorrow, January 9, 3 p.m. same time. Same, I don't know if the same link, but we have the same platform at StreamYard. So just wait for the link that to be sent sa inyo. Okay? So I guess I'll see you all tomorrow. Goodbye.
thank you po, ma'am.
Thank you very much.